My salad has been sitting overnight in the fridge. Ta-da! Let me show you how I made it. So for this salad, I'm going to use my chopper. This one is the smaller one. As you can see, this is the bigger one. I'm not going to use that. And I found 3 cans of sliced beets. That's what I'm going to use. Usually I have my own cooked beets, but I'm going to use up those ones. And because it's sliced, it's hard to shred them by hand. So I'm just going to use my little chopper, but you can just shred them. And before I start chopping, I always go through them because sometimes you just have some dark spots that I want to cut off before I chop it. That's why I don't usually buy sliced beets canned. I think my husband bought these quite a while ago because it was on sale or something like that. But I'm saying it is expired, but I opened them up. They taste good, they smell good, so it's not expired. It's still fine to use, but before it gets even worse and it's gonna sit in the pantry for 10 years, I'm gonna use it up and I make a salad. See, that's what I mean. Sometimes it is just the end parts. You have to look through it and just find the bad ones, and then you can go ahead and chop it. So everything is chopped up and I did the measurements because I have my recipe in my book and it always says 500 grams. But because I was using up the cans, it came to 638 grams in total of cooked beets. But again, just use 500 grams. So look at my chopper. In the same chopper, I'm going to add cooked or baked potatoes. I have about 300 grams. I don't like to use too much potatoes. I just don't like it for myself. But if you want, you can use more. And I'm also going to use sauerkraut. I only need 200 grams drained. So, yeah. Just 200 grams drained and potatoes for now. I baked 2 carrots. I just sliced them. I'm going to chop it up and add it to the salad. So all ingredients are put together. I'm gonna list the ingredients. We have to add salt, pepper to taste, and I have neutral like sunflower oil, and then we have to give it a good mix. Fresh out of the oven, I made a shepherd's pie my way. This is not the original recipe. I'm just trying to use up some leftovers of ingredients and it smells delicious. So let me show you how I made it. I am going to make shepherd's pie my way. This is not the original recipe, but yeah, I like the mashed potato on top with cheese once it's baked. But usually I would use ham and then sauerkraut, but I want to use up some ground beef, so it's gonna be a shepherd's pie, a sauerkraut shepherd's pie. It's just using up some ingredients, so I don't want to waste it. So we have to brown the ground beef with the sauerkraut in a pan. So the ground meat and sauerkraut is browned. I just want to show you, I didn't use up all of the sauerkraut, just a big handful of it. I'm going to add tomato sauce, whipping cream, heavy cream. I can't pronounce this, so I say Worcestershire sauce this year. And if you have fresh vegetables, make sure you have everything on in the pan and simmer it for a couple of minutes because it's not cooked in the can like I'm using, because this is ready to go mixed vegetables. This is going in right at the end because it is already cooked. So that is the next step. So everything is combined. I'm going to set this aside and we will do the mashed potatoes. I am going to use my Thermomix to cook the potatoes and make mashed potatoes out of it. You can put everything in a pot, add milk, but if you have it on the stovetop, you have to make sure just to stir it constantly because it will burn on the bottom. Or you cook your potatoes in water, drain it, and then you can add all the other ingredients and then mash it. But I have my Thermomix and I'm going to use it. My potatoes are cooked. I added butter and Parmesan cheese. If you add more just regular shredded cheese, then you have some cheesy mash. But I'm just going to stick with my recipe with the 30 grams of butter, 30 grams of shredded Parmesan cheese. I have to mash it up first, and then we have to layer it in my baking pan, in my beautiful, very straight baking pan. I love this pan. It was $1. Why not? Even though it's crooked. So let's first mash it up, and then we have to add it to the baking pan. Oh my goodness. Just wanted to show you before I put everything in here. Delicious. In my Thermomix, it takes 30 seconds on speed 3. Oh my goodness. Everything is so steaming hot. I did not use up everything. This is just going to be my lunch. Just gonna clean out the pot. And for the baking pan, I'm going to use a fork and just, I try. It's not like I do it every day, but that was probably not good, but let's try that. Well, I don't know. They just do it with the fork, just cut it in. Not really cutting, but just, I would leave it like that. Scratch it. And then it goes into the preheated oven because it's 425 Fahrenheit until the topping is golden. I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top, just a teeny tiny bit, and yeah, that's why it's preheated for on 425, because we don't want to cook everything, we just want to brown it on top a little bit. So I'm just gonna top it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. 3 containers are full with the shepherd's pie, and this one is, I added the vinaigrette salad. And 3 containers with sausage and buckwheat are done as well. I added some mustard and the vinaigrette salad, and the sausage I had in my freezer. So, and he's off to work. We have sliced cheese, hard-boiled peeled eggs, the usual. Still some homemade cured pork tenderloin. These are just some leftovers. I have to make new ones. Sliced onions, and he gets a coffee to go, and he is off.